Alright, we'll get working on these FXR heads here. So we want to go fast, or he does. So we're going to open these ports up a little bit. Not quite to the line, but close to the line. So I'm going to make it match this manifold. So right now the manifold is a little bit bigger than the head is. So you can see how the manifold covers up the line that's on there. Basically, about right like that. So right now, if you bolt this manifold on there, you're going to have a little bit of restriction in your port. And that's how this bike was run before, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so great. So we're going to make this match up. So these manifolds are used on big dogs, 107-inch motors, what these were made for. That's what this manifold originally was made for. Then they sold it to you. This is a 107-inch 80-inch Evo, right?
No. This would be the little mini Go Fast 80.
Look at that spark plug. Look how loose that spark plug was. What's wrong with your threads? Need more powder coat in them. Look what I did to my ice. Okay. So basically this was pre-ported when we did the valve job. So now we got to blend this stuff into the port, and then we're going to open it up to this big here, and we got the gasket line over here, open up to that line there, and then to make it nice and straight all the way through without any whoop-de-doos in there. We don't like whoop-dees. So you got your grinder out yet?
No.
It's going to be one of these. Unless, of course, it's one of these.
You got a few to choose from.
If that don't work, we have a couple other ones here to use with bigger holes in them. Alright, so right now we're going to try to get in here and clean this mess up. So we're going to rough it out with this right here, see? I'm going to try to get rid of the hump that's right there and the hump that's right there and make it from flat straight from here to here. Get rid of that little hump in there. This one over here we got more of a hump. See, I get that big valve guide hump right there. I want to try to get rid of that big hump out of there.
Got it.
At least most of it. Can't get all of it out, but we can make a dent in it. So that's what we're going to do. Light over here too we can use, but not right now. Alright, I'm going to start with this hump right because it's the biggest one. So you put a groove in that thing. It's almost flat now. Mark the seat. Now it looks like that's up.
Right.
Not quite as big.
Get that noise.
Just make it a path for the river to go through, see? Preferably with no humps. So if you have a hump, cut it out. Try not to cut the short side on the other side here, that's bad. Back over here. See, my finger can go through that one real easy. A lot of clearance. This one doesn't quite fit in there, so it needs a little help. There's a hole through there you want to make sure you don't cut into, though. That's optional, though. Alright, so that's roughed in. Okay, we're 90% done right there. Now the next hour I'll just be smoothing it. But that's got the shape we want. Run it, it'll be fine. If you want to make it look nice, you go in there and make it a little smoother, more even. Feel it's pretty even though. Everything else after this is just detail work. The basic shapes where the power comes in, not the detail work as much. So now I'm going to open up the bowl a little bit, blend this area here a little bit, because right now it kind of goes out like this slightly. This will smooth that up by just rubbing right across here. See how the cutter's not next to the surface here?
Oh yeah.
It will be when we're done. See how it makes a difference? I just sized it. See, now it's a smooth transition all the way into there. Back in the tight spot. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Right there. Here's how you make this work easier. You have to hold it though, see.
Oh, that's smooth.
Just, you know, I opened it up quite a bit. Taking that out, opened the port up because it was shrunk down right there at the bowl.
So you widen that out?
Well, I go back in there and widen it a little bit further deeper in now, yeah. But I basically blended the seat here to where I just did the porting.
Right.
And I used the steel part of the seat to make the port round by going back and forth on it. But you gotta make sure you stay off the actual seat, which is that little line right there.
Right.
So don't jam your cutter into there. And now we gotta go back to our smoothing bit. See that smoothing bit? Smooths it up. It gets rounder and more funnel shaped. Too close. Remember, it's a lot bigger than what you see on TV. See, now my finger's starting to fit in here now, see? See how it fits in there?
Yeah. Wow, that's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Finger in there pretty easy now. Alright. Now you go over here and work on that. Now you notice I'm not cutting any more in the bottom in here because it's too damn big down here already for what we need. Now I'm going to just blend it in. Pick an angle where you can get in here. So there's some unevenness right here where I quit grinding. I'm going to do a little light blending. Then we got to cut this hole out here to match the actual size. So we need a blending bit. It's hard making a round circle.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
But you want to make sure you don't dig in the back side. The short side, you don't really be cutting on it. See, I'm just barely getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the angle you hold this at. Obviously, hold it like that, it's going to dig in real heavy in the back. If you're over here, it's going to do it in the front. Somewhere in the middle is what you're shooting for, so you got a straight line you're working on. See, I'm trying to do a straight line down. I was just starting to put a little mark right here. I was just digging in lightly. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't really want to put that line in there, but that's all right. So I had just the angle was just about right when I was done, because I wasn't looking down there. I was looking over here. I was working on the outside. Gotta be careful. Okay, so that's pretty even. We got a little bit more we can cut right here. That. So put your finger and you can feel that's nutty. Put a big low spot on there.
Mm-hmm.
So you blend it in pretty good. Okay, so now you gotta go in here and clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna use this radius one here to get down further in the port. Do some blending down here. Try not to dig any holes in there though. So we got a tight spot right in there, but I don't want to cut it from this angle. It's hard to see the angle I'm doing at.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to dig in the other side pretty bad if you do it from this angle. You got to be careful. Flip it back around and come back into it.
Gotcha.
So I'm use a smoothing one here to smooth this up a little bit. Here's a low spot right here. See, that's the original port. If you look at it, still see the casting marks right there in the low spot.
Oh yeah.
It's not me, it's already there. When I go across it, I'm hitting the other side over here, so that's what it deals. You don't want to you don't want to make a big deep hole when you got a hole to deal with. The air will go past the first one. If you left a little bit of a hole, leave it. You don't need to make it worse. Okay, so now the port's open up quite a bit bigger, let the air out, but it's the same size basically where my finger is, because that was big. It was already big right there. All right, I go to the other side of the port. Put your finger right there, you can feel the big low spot. That should be filled in. So it has a nice radius like this, instead of being drop off like this.
I gotcha. So it would be like.
But I can't put metal back in there. It is what it is.
Right.
So all I can do is blend it a little bit. Clean up the casting slightly. I'll move that radius all the way right to the gasket surface, so it's blending more evenly. So that's about all you can do. See the cut mark? I'm just cutting to top the hump off.
Right.
I'll blend that all the way back to my edge here and start the radius here and make it go down, make the radius bigger, which will help the flow.
Smoother.
Yeah. So we're going to drop back to the metal removal one. hump is not really in there anymore. Pull back a little bit. See, I took out the sharp edge on the hump and made it more of a long radius.
Yeah, definitely.
A long radius instead of short radius. Now I'll do some more blending. So I'm going to go all the way down to the port, try to catch the inside, work my way out now. Feel the top of the curve here. It's a lot longer than it used to be.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, now we gotta do the bottom part. I gotta get the angle changed so I can get to it. I'm gonna rotate the head around so I get access to get to what I need to get to. It's hard to do a radius when you're off the back side where you can't feel to get to it. Now I'm going to blend the bottom of the port where my finger is here, down here, and up into this. See how it feels now? Most of that hump is not even noticeable now.
Wow.
You got the blending everywhere?
Yeah, totally.
I'm just gonna, just a dull. Doesn't do much.
It just kind of polishes it off.
Yeah, I'm knocking off the casting off. I don't want to make it any bigger there. I just want to smooth it up a little bit. So this is just smoothing stuff up slightly. Kind of more of a blending operation. Now you gotta make sure you don't grind the backside here because you make a big damage. Okay, so that's pretty well done up under there. Difference.
Oh man, that's a lot of difference.
Yeah. I don't know how much that helps in flow, but it makes a difference, I'm sure. If it feels better, it probably makes it better. Okay, I'm gonna go back on this side. Do my fine blending here. Feels like the other side, fairly smooth and even. You go under a couple inches, it feels pretty good still. Like a little bit to do at the blending area of the bowl, but.
All right. No, that's smooth.
Now you do the short side over here a little bit. I've been pretty much working on that offhanded, but trying to work on it where I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so put your finger in there and feel that. The light might help a little bit, I'm not sure.
On this side?
No, short side down here. It's the camera.
Okay.
This stand really makes it hard to use this. Okay, so I've been cutting from this side here, and cutting from this side here, and just kind of working this offhanded. So being working offhand, there's a little bit of a hump right here across the top. But overall, the shape's pretty good. I don't want to tuck any more at all over there on the short side. I want to leave all that there. I just want to blend it slightly. So it's got kind of like a ridge coming across about 45 degrees right through here. I'm going to knock that down. my dull one. So we don't really want to move any metal, we just want to blend it. See where I'm cutting? See that rough line going through it at an angle? Right there. That's the only place I've been cutting. Okay, now I'm just going to do an overall blend. Call it. There you go, got most of it. It's really hard doing that because you got so many different angles and radiuses, they're all blending together. It's just really hard to make it a funnel. But it's not an even funnel because you're working all these other radiuses over here to this radius. You're going from a tight radius to a very large radius, and they're at 30-degree different angles that they go through at. One's going that way, one's going this way. It's really hard to make it what you want. And you don't want to cut any metal off the top up here because that affects the angle coming off the top. A lot of angles and radiuses. Now when you put your finger in there, every direction you go, you got a radius. No matter which angle you go, which way, which position.
Yeah, it's just gonna flow.
X in it, you name it, it's got a radius.
That's just gonna flow.
It's going, you got so many different angles and radiuses in there, it's ridiculous. And of course you got to make it round this way too. So I actually had to drop quite a bit of metal out to make it blend into this radius, you know, for the circle. It's just really, really delicate in there, hard to do. Okay, this here is pretty well done. I'm going to fine tune this edge a little bit. Make all these angles kind of blend in now. There's a sharp edge right here. Feel that sharp edge? Could have knocked that down just slightly because I haven't touched that area yet.
Right.
On that. All right. Interruption. We'll be back. Okay, so you can feel a bit of unevenness coming through here, and we still got that sharp edge here. We're going to leave that. Just knock the titty off. That's it. We're not going to blend it. We're not going to radius the top edge. We want to keep it as tall as we can for flow on this side. It's more important on this side than that side. So just taking that little edge off, feel the difference? Right here's where I did it. See, I knocked that titty off that was in there?
Yep.
Doesn't take much, just a little
Wow,
kiss.
just a little.
Boom. Doesn't take much to knock off the high spots. I'm using my seat right now to make my angle. I usually have a little bit of a funnel effect going out, which helps the top end, hurts the bottom end. Okay, that's pretty smooth. A blending bit. And you want some roughness in the port, but you don't want it super rough. These grind marks like this is fine. Okay, now I'm going to see this cutter will actually go around the back side over here. Roll it around a little bit. That high RPM was doing a lot, see?
Oh yeah, okay, I gotcha.
It's got like a 30 thou radius on it.
Yeah, just took
the sharp edge off.
Took the sharp edge off, right off.
But that sharp edge really makes a big difference on the flow. If you just barely kiss it, it's like 30 thou radius is basic like my finger being like this, versus being straight like that. That's the difference. But that changes that'll change it by this much of the height would change when the air is going around. So it turbulates the air out this side versus comes a little bit further around before it turbulates. So the tangent angle, instead of being here, will be over here, which makes a big difference when the valve is here. Little small changes makes a big difference. Pull that out just slightly. Okay, that's pretty well done on that side. Now this side over here, it's still a little bit tight. I don't really want to get them cut too much because it's going to affect the other side a lot. So right in here, see how I'm going to watch my finger out. See how it jumps around a little bit right through there? As I come through, my finger jumps all of a sudden. I don't want that jumping to happen. See that line that's in there?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a pressure ridge in there we're going to get rid of.
You're just smoothing that off just a teeny bit, right?
Yeah, that's literally only like 20 thou tall, 30 thou at most on one little dinky area. Probably only at 20 thousandths, I bet. You want to try to use as large radius as you can, because that keeps from digging in gouges and stuff. The problem is holding the air grinder. See how I get a small grinder? See, it lets me get in here. And I got my finger trigger here. I can work this with my little finger, my big finger. I can use my thumb over here if I want, but see, obviously this way it gets in the way. So you put it over here, we can get to it. And I even had this where I stuck this into ports. Wide open, go inside of a port that deep. See how it's all blended to match the handle. See, I'm using support here, my thumb here. This is on the trigger, and I'm working the trigger with my finger underneath, see? This one's supporting it, which puts drag on the trigger, which dampens it, so you don't go on and off. And I'm moving all this stuff. You got these here, also right here. That's how you control that stuff. All smoothed up.
Wow.
Every radius, every angle, no more ridges. Nothing. They're nice and smooth and straight. You know, at least in the long radiuses type stuff. Alright, that one's done on that side. Okay, now I got a lot more work to do on this. This is a mess. The port's good for what it was, but we got to make it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But you just don't make it bigger right here and go like this. You know, I mean, you can't just cut it like that, because then you got to. You're going from a straight port to a port like this. You actually have to blend it all the way to this line, so you got to go like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fan it out like this. So we're going to be turning it all the way from the base of that bowl to here, is what I got to grind to, straight in. It's not just knocking out first this little bit. The first little bit don't do shit. Could go a lot deeper. All right, interruptions.